Well, guys, here we are. The final stretch. 4 games left in the 2024 season for the Cleveland Browns. And I think it's safe to say this season has not gone as we expected, right? I mean, coming off a playoff berth last year, despite all the injuries that we had, I mean, heading into this season, we were thinking playoffs. I mean, Deshaun coming back, Nick Chubb coming back at some point, but as we saw, a lot of players on this team just underperformed for the most part. And then, again, injuries started popping up. But to be fair, a lot of people are going to put the blame on really 3 people. Kevin, right? Of course, because he's the coach. Andrew, because he built this roster. And of course, Deshaun. Mm-hmm. Because he sucked ass. And how funny is it that the moment Deshaun goes down, Jameis comes in, and what do you know? The offense actually looks, of course, with Jameis, you get the good, and then you get the bad. The good being the offense actually can move down the field, and we've actually been scoring a lot of points. I mean, look at the kind of games that Jameis has been having. Jameis has had as many 300-yard passing games just in these last few weeks as Deshaun has had his entire time as the Browns quarterback. Now, with that, of course, you get turnovers, and a lot of them. It seems like every time Jameis throws a touchdown, sooner or later, he'll throw a pick. I don't know if he's thrown 2 consecutive touchdowns. If he has, it hasn't happened often. Now, of course, there was that game against Baltimore where he honestly could have thrown 2 or 3 picks and we probably would have lost that game. But, Jameis clutched up in that game big time. And you have to wonder if Jameis had started earlier, if they had pulled the plug on Deshaun earlier in the year and went to Jameis, what would the Browns' record be? It's a good question, isn't it? Because you look at our record and you look at the schedule. If they had put Jameson, say after the Giants game, right? Remember, the Browns had back-to-back games against the Giants and Raiders that they had a chance to win, but they couldn't put the ball in the end zone when it mattered. I mean, heck, in the Raider game, Deshaun got us all the way into the red zone and then completely fell apart. If we had Jameis, we might win that game, right? I mean, with Deshaun at quarterback, this offense couldn't move the damn ball. I mean, damn. I mean, watching the Deshaun led Browns offense this year probably put people to sleep. Mm-hmm. Like it was just so blah, uninspiring. It's almost like the players didn't really want to play for him, right? Then all of a sudden, Jameis becomes the quarterback, and all of a sudden, the offense is out here scoring points like crazy. Isn't that funny how that works? I mean, heck, look at the Denver game. We scored 32 points. And if the defense had actually shown up, we'd probably win that game. And if Jameis hadn't thrown 2 pick sixes, we probably win that game, right? I have no doubt that if Deshaun was the quarterback against the Broncos, we probably don't even score 20 points. Because all the offense was doing with Deshaun was simple dump off passes. And that's if Deshaun even got the ball off. because a lot of times Deshaun would just be chilling in the pocket for 5 seconds and then he'd bail on a clean pocket and just create more trouble for himself. I think it was all up here. His confidence was all over the place. Hey, we got a quarterback who's kind of over aggressive. I see this dude trying to throw these keyhole passes into tight coverage. He's trying to fit the ball through triple coverage. It's like, yo, dude, what are you doing, bro? Chill out with that. Damn. I get you're trying to push the ball up the field, but damn, bro, be smarter with it. Damn. So yeah, we got 4 games left, but I almost forgot to do my freaking intro. What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with my Browns Chiefs Week 15 game preview. As our 3-10 Cleveland Browns are back at the Dog Pound for their second to last home game of the season, as they welcome the 2-time back-to-back defending Super Bowl champions Kansas City Chiefs to town. And you look at the Chiefs team, and they're pretty good, but also they're so damn lucky. Now, when it comes to my teams, especially the Guardians, people like to say, oh yeah, the Guardians have this like dark voodoo magic. Well, apparently the Chiefs have that too, because my God, I don't know if I've seen a luckier team get away with these games. I mean, let's look at their freaking schedule as of late, man. Look at all the one possession wins that they've had. Beat the Ravens by 7. The Ravens had the game tied up, but oh, look at that. Tight end caught the ball in the end zone. His freaking big toe was out of bounds. Bruh. They beat the Bengals by 1. They beat the Falcons by 5. They beat the Chargers by 7. They actually got a multi-possession win against the Saints. Then they beat the Niners by 10. And then right back to the one possession wins. Beat the Raiders by 7. Beat the Buccaneers by 6. Beat the Broncos by 2. They lose to the Bills by 9. Eventually they were going to slip up. And they get right back at it with a 3-point win over the Panthers, a 2-point win over the Raiders, in a game that they legit should have lost. And then they beat the Chargers by 2. Yeah. And you look at the remaining part of their schedule, they got the Browns, Texans, Steelers, and Broncos, and 3 of those 4 are on the road. We'll see if they can luck their way out of any more of these wins, right? This is going to be an interesting one, that's for sure. That's for damn sure. So, before I get into the preview part of this video, I do have some news to go over. As actually, right before I started filming this video, Adam Schefter broke some news. As according to Adam on Twitter, and I quote, Browns placed cornerback Greg Newsome II on IR. I believe it's with a hamstring injury. It's the same hamstring that he had surgery on in the offseason. So, yeah, that sucks. I would make a joke saying, "Oh wow, we hurt his hamstring dancing," but no, no, I'm not gonna do that. No, can't joke about that stuff. But to be fair, I mean, when Greg was actually serious on the field, he was good. Problem was, he really wasn't serious too often. No, it was to the point where other teams were bullying the hell out of him. Him and MJ. Like teams would not even throw at Denzel Ward. In fact, in our last game, I don't think I said Denzel's name once besides the stop that Denzel had on that run play late in the game. I don't even think they threw at Denzel at all. Of course, George Pickens wasn't playing, so Denzel wasn't matched up with him. Because, if George Pickens was playing, they probably would have still had George bullying the hell out of the other guys. But yeah, they just did not go at Denzel much. That's what teams do now. Why go after Denzel when you can bully the hell out of the Dancing Man and MJ? They even had a nickname for Greg, calling him Dance Dance Revolution, because this dude would make the simplest play. He wouldn't even really make a play. He'd be over there dancing up and like, bro, if you put as much energy into actually being a good corner as you did in dancing, you'd be a damn stud. You'd be a Pro Bowler. Straight up. Denzel, he makes plays. He could do his little because at least he makes plays. What does Greg do? He has what? 2 picks in his career? Come on, get serious. Now, in the most least surprising news from Cameron Justice, who covers the Browns, and I quote, "The Browns have waived wide receiver Kadarius Toney." Not shocked at all. Not one bit. After what he did in the game against the Steelers, between the taunting penalty and then muffing the punt, yeah, saw this coming. I mean, got to give credit to Andrew though. He was trying to maybe get something out of Kadarius. He loves those reclamation projects. He can't help himself when it comes to those. And this one was just not fixable. No, there was no reclamation project here. Kadarius Toney's just a head case, straight up. And I know Bad Dog is laughing his ass off. Kadarius freaking Toney. For a waste of time and a roster spot. Oh man. I think they actually benched him too for a little bit in the game against the Steelers. Because we actually saw James Prochet out there for a little bit. Yeah, after that muffed punt, I was like, yep, this dude's gone. I'm out of here. And they did. Now getting into the preview part. Series history. Kansas City leads the historical series 15-11-2. Of course, we haven't faced them since 2021 in the first round. No, well, first round of the playoffs, and then week 1 the following year. So technically, we faced them back-to-back weeks. And we lost both of them on the road too. So yeah, Kansas City technically beat us twice in the same year, same calendar year. Damn, to back. Wow. Yeah, 2021. The Browns have not beaten the Chiefs since 2012. Wow. I think it was in Cleveland too. In fact, let me look at the stats from that game just because I got to see who balled out for us in that game straight up. We beat them 30-7. Man, I remember that game too. Sitting in my living room watching it. Jamal Charles had that big ass run. And after that, they didn't do a damn thing after. Travis Benjamin actually had a punt return touchdown in that game. Brett Richardson had a touchdown. Actually, he had 2. Then a couple field goals from Phil Dawson. Yep. The Browns offense had 352 total yards. And just to show you how long this game was, how long ago it was, Brandon Weeden was the quarterback. 17 of 30, 217 yards. Against Brady Quinn, 10 of 21, 159 yards and an interception. He got sacked 5 times in that game. Got the sacks. Frosty Rucker. Jabbar Sheard, Deke Jackson, Kaluka Mayava, Jaquay Parker, John Hughes. Man, Look at those names. And then for the Chiefs, they had 3 sacks: Tamba Hali and Tyson Jackson. Oh, that's how you know it's been long, man. Tamba Hali? Yeah, man. He's been retired for how long now? That's crazy, man. I mean, on the ground, Montario Hardesty, bruh. Trent Richardson, dude, Peyton Hillis was on the Chiefs. Dexter McCluster. Oh my God, brother. But yeah, that's how long ago it was since we beat the Chiefs. That was crazy. Yeah, that's the series history. Not surprising, really, to be honest with you. Hmm. All right. Looking at the keys to victory. Do you actually think you can win this game? Anything can happen. All right, keys to victory. Number one, get after Pat Mahomes. It's going to be difficult, but I mean, if you can do it, bring him down, force mistakes. Myles Garrett, we need you, buddy. Need you to go off. It's going to be tough. That dude just be out here doing trick throws and stuff. You could have him pretty much down and he'll still get rid of the ball. It's crazy. Sometimes he'll just yeet the ball in the air and be like, F it. Dude's down there somewhere. It's like, F it. Xavier Worthy's down there somewhere. And he'll just yeet the ball in the air behind his head or something. And nope, there's Xavier Worthy wide ass open. Of course, you have to deal with Travis Kelce. Yep. That'll be fun. Of course. It's always fun dealing with Travis Kelce. Oh, man. Number two, score early and often. If we can take care of the ball, we can definitely put the ball in the end zone for sure. We'll see how the offense looks, though. I think Nick Chubb could have a good game, though. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see that. And then number three, try to avoid dumb mistakes. Jameis. Okay? Be smart with the ball. It's that simple. My player to watch, Denzel Ward. He pretty much had an off week. They did not test him at all, really, from what I saw. They really didn't go after him because they didn't need to. Why go after Denzel when you can bully the hell out of Greg and MJ? Right? Why risk getting picked off by Denzel, because he's been doing that lately, when you can just bully Greg and MJ? Right? I think Denzel's going to have his hands full, but I like Denzel's chances to maybe get one here. And then prediction and surprise, surprise, I actually have us losing. Chiefs win 28-17. Yep. Chiefs win 28-17. I'd love to see us win this game out of nowhere, but no. No. I think we'll keep it close for a little bit, but after like a while, I think the Chiefs will pull away. Jameis will do something dumb, like he always does, throw a pick, and then the Chiefs will march on down the field and score. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my what, fourth, the final game preview. God, only got 3 games left after this one. That's crazy. One more home game. By the way, earlier today, I guess the Browns announced that they found a developer to build the mixed use like district around the stadium, the new one in Brook Park. So that project's starting to come together. People are probably gonna ask me, what are my thoughts on the Browns moving to Brook Park? I mean, I love the elements, but just thinking about the events that you could go see, in a dome, don't have to really worry about freezing your face off. It's just the way it is now, right? Not to mention, this stadium's kind of a dump. So they could definitely use a new one regardless. Oh well. So yeah, that's it from my week 15 preview. As always, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and hit that bell. I'm just ready for the season to be over, to be honest. Get ready for free agency and the draft. And yes, there will be quite a bit of draft content coming out of this channel now that we actually have a first round pick and it's going to be a top 10 pick. So that means when I hear about a top draft prospect visiting the Browns, I'll be making a video on it. Okay? All right. So with that being said, I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go Browns. Maybe shock the world on Sunday. That'd be funny as hell. Not gonna lie, but it's probably not gonna happen because nothing good ever happens for this team lately. See you guys later. Go Browns. I'm out. Bye bye.